I'm outside, probably looking like a weirdo right now. Shitty little setup right here, where the garden is. Anyway, what's up, guys? I don't know, this video is more serious. Who even knows who the hell's even gonna watch it? I don't know, I just feel like venting. I feel like if you aren't a person who's okay with just conforming to everything in life, if you aren't a person who, is just okay, living life and doing the most bland things in the universe, then I feel like life is just not for you. Like, I don't know, there's so many things that I'm good at. There's so many things that I'm proud of that I've done, but no matter what I do in my life, nothing ever feels fulfilling. I never actually feel like at the end of the day that, I didn't waste my day or that I accomplished something. I mean, even if I'm, working, writing my book, doing whatever it is that I'm doing, like, I don't know, I just can't help but shake the feeling that there's no point, And not only do I feel like there's no point, but it's just like I'm a ghost, like I have people who love me and my family and stuff like that, but it's just like, how can you have so many people but still not feel cared for, still feel like you're not wanted, still, go through life feeling completely alone? It's just strange to me. I lose the motivation to do everything. Like, I remember in high school, at least I had friends, and I was always out doing crazy things and being with people all the time, and there was never a shortage of things to do. But being an adult and working 40 hours a week, doing the same thing every single week of your life, it's just, I feel trapped. Like, and I even own a house, and I don't know, people would look at my life, I feel like, and be like, oh yeah, that guy's got it squared away, that guy's taken care of, he's got it good, but I just feel so empty about it. Like, I don't feel happy, I don't feel satisfied, I don't feel proud, I wake up and it's just another day. I feel like I'm just getting by. And to be honest with you guys, like, I don't know how people do it. Like, I don't know how we all just accept the fact that, this is life, just go and do your job and come home and then make food for the third time in the day and then go back to sleep, and then you wake up and then you work and then you just do the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm a creative guy. I love the guitar. I love writing, but it's like all these things that I do, I pour so much time and energy into, and it feels like I get nothing out of it. Like, even with guitar, so what? I learn the next song, like, my brain just goes like, what does that do for you? Like, where did that get you now? Sure, okay, you know how to play My Own Summer by Deftones. Like, okay, now what? Or, hey, you worked on a part of your book and you got somewhere, something, but now what? No one saw it. No one cares about what you did. And that's the thing, is like, I feel like I could strap a C4 to my chest and walk around downtown with red blinking lights, and no one would even notice. No one would even bat an eye. Like, if I was wearing, I don't know, a 10-foot hat or something, I just feel like I wouldn't even be noticed. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I did die. That's okay. The other day I was downtown in my local, city, and it was so ironic because I've been thinking that whole day, like, just how badly, I just wanted to talk to somebody, just have a conversation, like, how much I miss just even having small conversations with people and just being a human being. And it was funny because I was, sitting by a local coffee shop, and I was just sitting right underneath this lamppost, and I didn't even notice till I looked up. And when I looked up, there was this falcon. Like, there's this falcon. I'll put the picture up. But he was just chilling there. It probably like 4 feet above everybody's heads, and it was so funny and symbolic to me that there had to be like at least 100 people throughout the hour or two that I sat by this coffee shop. It had to be at least an hour or two where everyone was walking by, and not a single person noticed this crazy beautiful falcon just sitting like 4 feet above their head. And I finally pointed it out to someone finally walked by, and I was like, look, like, I literally just pointed, I was like, look. And they're like, what are you pointing at? What is it that you're pointing at? What do you want from me? And I was like, there's a bird. I said it just like that. I was like, there's a falcon right there. And they were like, oh, that's so cool. How did you notice that? Like, I don't know. What I just got from all that is like, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how elegant you are, no matter how cool you are, even if you're in the right spot, it doesn't matter. If people don't want to see you, people are never going to see you. If people don't want to take the time and look up and appreciate you, you will never be appreciated and you will never be cared for. That's just kind of what it meant to me, Like I was just sitting there thinking about it and I'm like, wow, that is very symbolic and just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say a representation of my life because it wouldn't be accurate, but it's just like, I had so many friends and I had so many people there for me when I was providing something, when those people had something to get from me, when I had something to give to them. And, I've just watched it all die and fade. Like, I became an adult and, just started doing my own thing, started being distant just because of my geographical location and my job. And I don't know, to me, it's just like all these people that you have tell you that, I love you, you're my brother, you sleepovers and you grow up together even in childhood and everything. To just watch all of that fade, to watch it all disappear within a few months, like it's just an unreal experience. And all of it just makes me just look at my life and be like, do words really mean anything? Like does anything that anyone says to you at any given time, like, does it really mean anything? Are all statements and feelings strictly situational? And I know that that's not the case for a lot of people and in a lot of different, relationships. And I'm sure some of you guys probably have a lot of really amazing relationships with people. But in my experience, I just think that people are just situational. People are here because they want to be, and when they don't want to be anymore, they're not here anymore. And I feel like that's just growing up. Maybe a part of being a functioning adult and moving on and going into your 20s, like maybe it's just understanding that everything in life is situational. Even my family, like growing up, I just always had this idea that we'd always be together. And I'm lucky. I grew up in a very tight-knit, family, and we were all together for every holiday. And it was funny because last year I watched it all fade over one argument. And that's not even a joke. It was one argument. It was all it took to completely divide my family. So I don't know. I feel like people would look at my life and, I have a nice PC setup and gaming gear, and I have a car that I'm not paying for. And, me and my brother have a house, but it's just like, I still feel so empty. I don't feel like I have anything. I said this to someone I was talking to a few weeks ago, but I feel like even with the people that I know and the people who care about me, I feel like I could just die in my room and I wouldn't be found until 2 weeks later. And maybe this is a dark thought, but I feel like if I did die, like, it would be maybe 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks of people, people being upset, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, it's just it. Like, I'd just become another fact, another something to contribute to the dust of the earth, and that would be it. That really would be it. There's nowhere else to get it out. I just have a hard time understanding life, and I feel like part of getting older is realizing that everybody is bullshitting. Literally everybody is bullshitting their way through life. No one knows what they're doing. No one knows who they are. Even the people who are 50 years old, they have no idea what they're doing. So many people are miserable. So many people go out of their way to be miserable to other people, and they just don't even care. They don't even bat an eye. It doesn't even bother them. They're so used to it that it's not even a concern anymore to them. They don't even care. Sometimes, I feel like a limb of a tree that broke off, and I'm trying to find my way in the wind and trying to root myself in the dirt. And every single time that I think that I've got it, that I think I found my roots, that I think I found where I belong, the wind comes again and uproots me and takes me somewhere else. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, honestly, at this point, I just give everything up just to live an exciting life. Like, I would give everything up just to be able to live in a van and go travel the country. But that's the thing, I have responsibilities. I can't just do that, So I'm locked. I'm stowed away. That's kind of how I feel about life. And I don't know if you guys relate, but it's just like trying to find meaning, sitting on YouTube Shorts or Reels or even Facebook, for God's sakes, and just scrolling. And when you're done, you get off and you just think, like, what did I even do with my day? Why did I even bother wasting my time? And then I always end up thinking to myself, there's so much else I could have done. There's so much else I could have done. But the reality is I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. I'd rather distract myself on my phone. And that's a harsh reality to come to yourself when you think about it. Because I always tell myself, I want to write my book. I want to make music. I want to keep doing this thing that I'm doing. But the reality is that I don't. Like, that's why I spend so much time on my phone, is because I'm avoiding it. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just mind rot. To me, that's sad. To me, that's my reality right now. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm just kind of lost and drifting. Maybe my words will last. Maybe they won't. Maybe there'll be a point to all of it. Maybe I'll turn around. Maybe it'll be the same thing that it's been for the past, tens of years. Probably most likely will be. I don't know how, the weird thing is that life is so beautiful but also so mundane. The cycle of current humanity is so mundane, but we're surrounded by so much beauty all the time, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't even know how this works. It's like being stuck in a buffet with every food imaginable, but the only thing you keep ordering over and over and over again is just bland tofu. I want something more out of life. I want to be happy. I want to not know what's going on the next day. I don't want to wonder who cares about me. I don't want to wonder if I'm ever going to be able to look forward to something. I just want to live an adventure. I want to go out. I want to see things. I want to experience things. Anyway, I don't know what else to say.